Hello everyone, we're back with another guide to Final Fantasy XI. This time we're going to get into the limit breaks. Now, if you are level 50, you will get to a point where you can no longer gain experience points. That is because the original level cap for the game was level 50. And in order to break that, you need to do a quest. It's one that's called In Defiant Challenge. Now, before you get started on this, I do want to recommend having your experience points capped, because that will let you go from this quest directly into the next quest, so you can get 2 of them done at once. You know, in case you want to do them efficiently, I guess. I'm the master of efficiency, not. We're going to come to Rulude Gardens in Juneau and talk to this gentleman here in the blue jumpsuit and accept his challenge. He'll ask you for an ancient papyrus, a clump of X-ray mold, and a chunk of bomb coal. Before we do get going, there is a quest in the objective list of Anniversary. I believe it is 3, Papyrus Pursuer. And you can set that objective for this particular quest. Now, for these, you're going to want to travel to specific regions. Let me show you where Matt is here in Rulude Gardens in Juneau. All the way in the back. Quickest way to get to him is the home point there. I forget which number it is. I think it's 1. But yeah. Alright. So for the Ancient Papyrus, you're going to want to go to, I believe it is the Necropolis, Eldam Necropolis in Batilia Downs. The X-ray mold is found in the Crawler's Nest in just off of the Rolandberry Fields, and the bomb coal you can get in the Garliag Citadel, which is off of Saramug Champagne, I think it is. I'm obviously butchering names, so we're going to head out and start with probably the easiest one, which is the X-ray mold. Make sure you have maps. The Eldam Necropolis and Citadel are both easily purchasable for 3,000 gil from any of the map vendors. The Crawler's Nest you can also buy from the map vendor, but it's also a quested map, but it's a long and convoluted quest, so whether you want to do that or just buy it is up to you. I'm going to hold that off for another guide for myself, so. Now, here is the entrance to the Crawler's Nest in the Rolandberry Fields. You can see my blinking red dot down in that little nubbin in the lower, what is that, the lower western corner, southwestern corner of the map. And it's just a cave here. You can run here, you can use a survival guide. But you want to zone on in here. The mobs you're looking for are exo-rays. There are also question marks that you can find. Let me see here. Yes, I've got them up on my notes. The first question mark you can find on the path from I-10 on map 1 leading to map 3. You can use sneak to avoid the exo-rays. They are sound aggro. Let's see, there's some crawlers and bees and such in one of the next rooms. The second question mark is at I-6 on map 3. And the last question mark piece is located in the exo-rays on map 2 at G10. I'm probably not going to do these because I find it easier to just womp on the mobs until they give me what I want. I mean, if it works, right? You definitely want to call trusts here because the exo-rays check, I believe, is very tough. But they're not that hard to beat. You just need to watch Mr. AoE if you're using him as a tank. That he doesn't aggro everything else in the room and, well, it'd just be a bad time at that point. You will not need sneak or invisible unless you're going the key item route. You're obtaining the X-ray mold crumbs, which again, I don't really recommend. I will, however, have the positions of the question marks in the description or the pinned comment. Hopefully I will remember to do that. Now, you may be familiar with this area from leveling up, actually. It is a prime spot from level 30 to level 45, I believe. Or a lot of people just take it straight to 50, using the Grounds of Valor bees and crawlers page here, as it gives pretty good experience. I myself have been in here bonking bees and crawlers quite a bit. There's also that survival guide at the entrance that we passed. Real easy to get, and I would recommend getting it. You want to go down this hallway and drop down here. The path you're looking for, and it's really easy to find thanks for these guys right now, is this one. The one with the horn flies chilling at the entrance. Now, like I said, you want to make sure that your tank is not going to accidentally irritate everything else in the room. So let's buff up here, and like I said, they are sound aggro, so they will come to you. Oh goodness, he didn't do it. Okay, that's good. Debuff this. Why am I casting deal down? Anyway. You just want to womp on these guys until they give you what you need. Which is X-ray mold. Not a key item, it is a physical item that will drop into your inventory. And editing me should make this pretty quick. Unless I get lucky on this one. And it's that easy. And there's our clump of X-ray mold. And our next stop is going to be the Eldam Necropolis. Alright, so this may be your first trip to the Necropolis. Here is where it is to look. Well, there are several ways to get into this place out here in the Batilia Downs, but the one we're looking for is right yonder, in the pretty much just the southernmost lump on the map. You want to head down into here and zone into the Necropolis. When you get in here, there will be a survival guide right by the door. You want to get the survival guide if you haven't gotten it already, which I haven't, so I'm getting it. Now, the 3 question marks for this one, they're all located on the first map at F7, F9, and H9. You might need a magic astrolabe for that, which I will already have a quick guide up for that before this video comes out, for sure. As well as the guide for the other item that you're going to need for the Citadel. Now, for this one, you're going to want to have some sneak. You don't need invisible, but definitely going to need your trust as well. Now, if you don't really want to waste items or your MP on sneak, you can just get some field support, circumspection, get the effects of invisible and sneak. Like I said, you don't need the invisible, but you will need the sneak. Now, in here, the liches are around the, I want to say, the crossroads on the map. I believe the hellhounds, the floppy-eared anger puppies, are sound aggressive. And they've got a couple of really nasty TP moves that can make your day unpleasant. It's like the revenants here as well. Ghosts will use a curse on you, and if you do not have curse nut or the ability to remove curse, it is a pain, as it gives you a debuff to your maximum HP and your movement speed. But if you just want to follow the kitty cat down the hallway, I'll take you to the first spot with the liches, which is probably where I'm going to camp for this. It's easier just to wait for them to respawn than it is to go and find another. Alright, so now once we're where we're going, which is right here on the map, You can see the little intersections dotted around the map. There are 4 of them there. I believe there are liches in each of these. But you can see why we might want to get the magic astrolabe here, as the door is closed. Guide to that will be on screen now. And that is what we're looking for. Can I actually pull him from here? I can. These gentlemen are magic users, so they might be difficult to get out here. I don't know if I'll have to go in, or there he is. They will come through. Like I said, I do just enjoy whomping on them until they give me what I want, so... And it's pretty quick most of the time. And if you're a white mage, little mini thing here, Vanish will give them a defensive debuff as well, the undead. You want to make sure you were... I guess he did it. You want to make sure you keep yourself healed, or your trusts keep you healed for these guys, because... yeah. The floppy-eared, unhappy puppers will also aggro you if you're low on HP, and 1 for 1 again. 1 for 1 again, and we've completed Papyrus Pursuer. So you may want to warp out of here, or you might want to walk back to the survival guide to get out. Either way, we're on to the next zone. And we're here at the entrance to the Garliag Citadel, I believe it is. It's way down here in this corner. You need to do some wiggles through the area here to get to it. There's a survival guide just inside. I'll show you that right now. And if you haven't gotten the survival guide to this area, you definitely want to get it. It is right here as you come in. Now I'm gonna get my trusts up and, well, read you about the bomb call. The mobs you're looking for here are explosures, but there are 3 question mark pieces where you can get bomb call fragments to get the bomb call itself. They're all on map 2 at G6, H7, and I8. You don't want to fall in any of the holes on the floor on the way there, because, yeah, there's some very dangerous things down in there. Now, for here you are going to want Sneak and Invisible. So, Circumcept, that is your best bet right there, that word that I just absolutely butchered and failed to say. Words are hard. Now, if this is your first time coming in here, you are going to need a key item. There will be a guide for that, which I'll link in the description and have on the screen link to it right now, but I'll also just show you where to get it. You want to come on down this way, head into here, and the question mark right here, which is right here on the map, will give you the key item, Pouch of Weighted Stones. Now once you have the absolutely necessary key item, you're going to want to head back to this main hallway here, and head this way, making sure to avoid the holes in the floor. There are very nasty critters down there, and it is not easy to get out of there. Well, not the easiest. I believe the critters down there are really, really high level, if I recall correctly. I'm not entirely sure, it's been a while. You want to hang the right turn there and head this way. If you don't have invisible up, you want to avoid walking in front of the borer beetles, as they are somewhat dangerous. I wasn't expecting this many people to be in here experiencing. By the power of your pouch of weighted stones, link in the description, the gate opens for you. Or you can always go back to the few minutes ago when I pointed out where to get it. Either or, either or. Now, that guy right there, you can usually just use sneak to get by here. But that critter right there is a notorious monster, and he is side aggro. And the Citadel bats will all link to him. Or it, I should say. And we don't want to deal with that. So that's the one to be aware of, old two wings. Otherwise you can just use sneak to just hoof it right through here. But if you spot the big bat, then yeah. I'm sure you could take it with a team full of trusts, but I don't want it today. And I don't want to have to fight all the bats in the area either. So once you get to the other side of that room, you want to head down here. I believe we're now on map 2 of the Citadel, yes. And we're heading to the room, well, next to the bend there in the tunnel we're on. Now from here you want to just turn it this way. And head on through these tunnels. Until you get to here, and there's people farming them. Alrighty. So if there's people farming them, you can just move on to the next area and pick up one or two of your own. And you want to watch the magic pots in the corners. They are magic aggressive. If you cast magic, they will come and attack you, which is fun. I think I'm out of its range by a long shot, so once again, we're doing the bonk method because I've gone 1-for-1 on all of these so far. I just said that and I've probably cursed myself. If I have, editing me will make this a lot quicker. And 1-for-1 again. This is why I prefer the bonk method. Now, once you've gotten what you've come for, the chunk of bomb coal, you just want to get on out of here. Now, I should bring up that you can get these items at any point in time. So if you're just out leveling or exploring and you happen to come across these places and these critters, feel free to bonk them on the head and save them for later, if you're not level 50 yet. However, the question mark spots will not give you anything until you have the quest flagged. The quest being, what was it called again? In Defiant Challenge. The first of the limit break quests. Now once you got them, you come back to Mr. Matt here in Relude Gardens. And you want to trade them all to him. Ancient Papyrus, X-ray Mold, Bomb Coal. Boom, boom, boom. You'll have a cutscene, and your level limit is now 55. Feel free to rejoice and continue leveling. That's all for this one. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I shall see you in the next one. Do the things. Like, comment, subscribe, bring a friend, have them do the same. Patreon if you're so inclined again. That's all for this one. Until the next one, happy gaming.